Hi children, good morning. Children, only Srinidhi sent a homework to me. What about other children? Please send your homework immediately. And also many of you didn't complete the classwork note and submit your test papers. And again I called one more time to everyone and again only you people are submitted. What is the response you are given to the teacher, children? Please give the work then and there. Don't get delayed and don't make the teachers to call you. Okay, children. So we are not in a direct class. We are in the online classes. So what are the instruction given by the teacher or what are the homework given by the teachers? Please submit it as soon as possible. Okay, children. Children, let's enter into the topic today. Last session I have completed the plant tissues. Okay, so hope you have understood and get a clear idea about the overall things of plant tissue. Yes, plant tissue divided into two types, permanent and meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue are of two types, simple tissue and complex tissue, and the simple tissue are divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, and then complex tissue divided into xylem and phloem. That's it. Okay, so and that details of each tissues I discussed with you. Okay, now I am going to teach about the animal tissues, that is tissues are differ from plants. Animal tissues are differ from plant tissues. Okay, what are the different types of tissues present in the animals, or we are going to discuss now. Okay, so an assemblage of one or more types of specialized cells held together with extracellular material constitute the tissue. The study of tissue is known as histology. One mark question. So, an assemblage of one or more types of specialized cells held together with extracellular material and constitute the tissues. Okay, so it is understood the tissue is not made up of only one type of cells in the animal tissue, right? So there is a made up of only or more than one type of cells. These cells are held with each other by extracellular materials. This constitute the tissues. Next, the study of tissue is called histology. So here also it is divided into two types. Tissues are divided into two types. One is simple tissue, another one is complex tissue or compound tissue. In simple tissue, a group of cells that are similar in origin, form, structure and work together to perform a specific function. So in simple tissue like plant tissue, here also in simple tissue, group of cells that are similar in origin, similar in form, similar in structure, and all these cells work together to perform a specific function, and this is called what? Simple tissues. Next one is compound tissue, a group of cells different in their structure and function but coordinate to perform a specific function. Here group of cells but they are different in form and structure and perform a similar function in a coordination way. So this is called what? Compound tissue. Then animal tissues can be grouped into four basic type on the basis of their structure and function. So based on their structure and function, animal tissues are classified into four types. So what are they? Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue are the four different types of tissues seen in the animals. Let's see about epithelial tissue. Actually, the epithelial tissue, it is the simplest tissue that is composed of one or more layer of cells covering the external surface of the body and internal organs. Okay, so epithelial tissue, whether it is simple, it is a simplest tissue or compound tissue, it is simplest tissue and it is made up of one or more layers of cells, and where they are present on the covering of the external surface of the body and internal organs. Okay, so you know where the skin which cover our body is made up of epithelial tissue only. So So, this is an external surface of the body covered with what? Epithelial tissue. The cells are arranged very close to each other with less extracellular material. Okay. So, this epithelial cells are arranged very close to each other with less extracellular material. Already I said cells are held together with extracellular material, isn't it? So, here in epithelial tissues, the cells are arranged very close to each other but with less extracellular material. Epithelial cells lie on a non-cellular basement membrane. The epithelial tissue generally lacks blood vessels. The epithelium is separated by the underlying connective tissue which provide it with nutrients. Okay. So, when we talk about epithelial cells, it is a non-cellular basement membrane. The cells lie on a non-cellular basement membrane. That means epithelial cells lie on a basement membrane, but the basement membrane is not made up of a cell. So, then the epithelial tissues generally lack blood vessels. So, you know very well skin is the outer surface of the body, but over the skin we cannot get a what? Any blood vessels. So, epithelial cells lack the blood vessels. Epithelium is separated by the underlying connective tissue which provide it with nutrients. Okay. Then since there is no blood supply or it lack blood vessels, there won't be a lack of blood supply. Then if the blood supply is lack, how the epithelial cells are getting nutrient? Is a question arising, isn't it? Because blood is the medium which transport the nutrient, oxygen, antigen, antibody, hormones, whatever the things necessary for the cells are supplied by blood only. Blood is the only transport medium. Since the epithelial cells lack blood vessels, how should it get its nutrient oxygen for its nourishment? Okay, this is a question arising here. So, this epithelial, the answer for this question is epithelial cells get nourishment from the tissues which is underlying, that is beneath the epithelial cells, that is connective tissues are present. From the connective tissues, these epithelial cells are getting nourishment or nutrient. There are two types of epithelial tissue. One is simple epithelium and compound epithelium. What is simple epithelium? The simple epithelium is composed of single layer of cells resting on a basement membrane, and compound epithelium is composed of several layers of cells. Only the cells of the deepest layer rest on the basement membrane. So, compound epithelium is composed of simple epithelium composed of single layer of cells. Compound epithelium is composed of several layers of cells. So, then only the cells of the deepest layer rest on the basement membrane. See children, compound epithelium is made up of many layer of cells, okay, right? So, in among these many layers, the basement, that is the deepest layer of the epithelium, only placed on the basement membrane. So, over the deepest layer, other layers of the epitheliums are present. Okay. Let us see about the functions of epithelial tissue. You may get, since it has a 4 point, you may get for a 4-mark question. The skin which form the outer covering of the body protect the underlying cells from drying, injury and microbial infection. So, as I said, the skin is made up of what? Epithelial cells, right? So, it covers the outer surface of the body, right? Since it covers the outer surface of the body, it protect the cells present or underlying or beneath the skin from drying, injury and microbial infection. That means it protect the underlying cells, that is the cells present below the epithelial or skin is protected from injury, drying and microbial infection. Next one, they help in absorption of water and nutrients. So, epithelial cells which are present in the uriniferous tubules and which are present in the intestine, there they perform the functions of absorption of water and nutrients. And then third point, they are involved in elimination of waste product. They are involved in elimination of waste product, third point. And fourth point, some epithelial tissues perform secretory function. So that is it secretes sweat, it secretes saliva, it secretes mucus and enzymes. That means if the epithelial cells are present in the salivary gland, it is secretes saliva. If it is present in the lining of the intestine, it secretes mucus. So, okay, if it present in the pancreas or any other glands, it secretes enzymes. Okay. These are the functions of epithelial tissue. Note down, children. This is a 4-mark question. Hope you would understand. So, next simple, let's see about simple epithelium. So, I already said simple epithelium, it is made up of single layer of cells. That's it. Okay. It is formed of a single layer of cells. It forms as lining for the body cavities and ducts. Simple epithelium is further divided into following types. Okay. So, first simple epithelium. It is formed of single layer of cells and it forms the lining for the body cavities and ducts. Okay. And simple epithelium, where they are present, it is present in the body cavities and ducts. Simple epithelium is further divided into the following types. What are the types of simple epithelium? Let's see. Squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium. Then next one is ciliated epithelium and glandular epithelium. So, there are 5 types of epithelium, simple epithelium are present. Squamous epithelium, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated and glandular are the 5 types of simple epithelium. Let's see about squamous epithelium. See, the squamous epithelium is made up of thin flat cells with prominent nuclei. Cells have irregular boundaries and bind with the neighboring cells. So, the squamous epithelium is also known as pavement membrane, which form a delicate lining of the buccal cavity, alveoli of the lungs, proximal tubules of the kidney, covering of the skin and tongue. So, it protects the body from mechanical injury, drying and invasion of germs. Okay. So, when we speak about squamous epithelium, it is a shape of the cell. First we should see the shape of the cell and where it is present. Next one is what? Where it is present, how it is present and what is its function. These are the 4 things we have to see in all the types of epithelium. See, when we take squamous epithelium, the shape of the cell is flat and about the nucleus, a prominent nucleus. Okay, how the cells are present? They have irregular boundaries and bind with the neighboring cells. That means what? The epithelial cells bind with the neighboring cells. That's all. So, it is otherwise called as pavement membrane. And where they are located? Where they are located? They are located in the lining of the buccal cavity. Alveoli of the lungs. In the lungs there is a assex, that is called what? Alveoli of lungs. Alveoli. And next, proximal tubules of kidney. In kidney is made up of millions of nephrons. Each nephron is divided into 2 parts, that is Malpighian body and uriniferous tubules. In a uriniferous tubules, there are 3 parts: proximal convolute tubules, distal convolute tube, Henle's duct. These all you will learn when you are coming for higher classes or when you are learning about your excretory system. You can learn these all. Okay. So, in that area, that is what? Proximal tubule of kidney and covering of the skin and tongue. So, these are the various parts of the body where the squamous epithelium is present. Next, what is its function? It protects the body from mechanical injury, drying of the skin and invasion of germs. These are the functions of what? Squamous epithelium. Next, you come for cuboidal epithelium. So, it is also what is? It is also made up of single layer only. And what is the shape of the cell? Cubical in shape. And what about nucleus? Nucleus round. Where it is located? Lie in the center of the cell. See how clearly it is given. See, children, in the cuboidal epithelium, see, it's cube like and the green color structure is nucleus. The nucleus is present in the center of the cell. Very good. So, the nucleus is round and lie in the center. The tissue is present in the where they are present. Next question, thyroid vesicles, that is in the thyroid gland, salivary glands, sweat glands, exocrine pancreas. So, these are the parts of our body where the cuboidal epithelium is present. It is also found in the intestine and tubular part of the nephron as a microvilli that increase the absorptive surface area. Then their main function is secretion and absorption, that is all. So, here what is the shape? Cuboidal in shape. How about nucleus? It is a round and present in the center, and where they are located? The thyroid vesicle, salivary gland, sweat gland, exocrine pancreas, intestine, tubular part of nephron. And next, what is its main function? Secretion and absorption. That is it about cuboidal epithelium. Next, see columnar epithelium. It is also given the diagram. In the diagram பார்த்தீங்கனாவே உங்களுக்கு புரியும். Each cell it's like a column or cylinder, pillar like cell. And where the, what about the nucleus? The nucleus is located at the base, you can see clearly. Okay. And where it is located? What is its function? That's all. Columnar epithelium. It is composed of single layer of cylinder, elongated and pillar like cells. Their nuclei are located at the base. Where it is located? Lining the stomach, gallbladder, bile duct, small intestine, colon, oviduct, and also forms the mucous membrane. Okay, these are the parts of our body where the columnar epithelium is present. And what is its function? It is also mainly involved in secretion and absorption. Okay, right? So this is about what columnar epithelium. Next, ciliated epithelium we are going to see. You imagine children, over the columnar epithelium, if some hair-like structure is present, that is called cilia. So when a cells possess cilia, and the epithelium is called what? Ciliated epithelium. So the cells are like column or like cylinder or a pillar like cells. Over the cells the cilia are present. So these cells are called what? Ciliated epithelium. So certain columnar cells bear numerous delicate hair like outgrowth, that is called cilia, and are called what? Ciliated epithelium. What is the function of the ciliated epithelium? To move particle or mucus in a specific direction over the epithelium, right? So the ciliated epithelium is present in the respiratory tract of our body. Okay, so the air which we are inhaling is not a pure substance. So pure air, we are inhaling the dust particles also. Okay, right? So the dust particle which is enter into the respiratory tract, that is in the nostril and the larynx, trachea. What happened? The trachea are lined with what? Ciliated epithelium. The cilia present in the ciliated epithelium lash out the dust particles from the respiratory tract and to the outside. So this is what function, that is moving the particles and mucus. Okay, and it is seen in the trachea or windpipe, bronchioles of respiratory tract, trachea of windpipe, bronchioles of respiratory tract, and kidney tubules and fallopian tubules of oviduct. These are the parts where ciliated epithelium we can find. Next one is glandular epithelium. Epithelial cells are often modified to form a specialized gland cells which secrete a chemical substance at the epithelial surface. This line the gastric glands, pancreatic tubules and intestinal glands. Okay. So epithelial cells sometimes modified to form a specialized gland cells. Okay, which secrete, gland means what? Secrete something. So this epithelial gland cells secrete some chemical substance at epithelial surface. Example, gastric glands. Gastric means what? Stomach. The gland which is present in the stomach is what? Glandular epithelium, which secrete gastric juice. And pancreatic tubules, it secrete pancreatic juice. And intestinal glands it secrete enzymes. So epithelial cells when modified into glandular structure, and it form what? Some secretion of chemicals. Okay, children. So today I have discussed with you about sorry children, there was some inconvenient in between the session. Unknowingly I touched something, so it went wrong. Okay children, so far I have discussed with you about the simple animal tissue introduction and types of tissues and types of tissues are epithelium for based on the structure function. Animal tissue is classified into 4 types. Among this, epithelium, connective, muscular and nervous tissue. Then when we see about the epithelial tissue, the epithelial tissue is divided into two types: simple epithelium, compound epithelium. Simple epithelium, which is made up of only single layer of cells. Compound epithelium is made up of many cells. Compound epithelium made up of many cells, many layer of cells. And then simple epithelium is divided into 5 types: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, glandular epithelium and ciliated epithelium. This all about the simple epithelium. So I will stop with this today, with this for today's session. And the homework I want to give, please take down the today's homework, children. See, animal tissue, first one, simple tissue, compound tissue differentiation. Okay, and next one is classify animal tissue based on their structure and function. And next one is give the functions of epithelial tissue. Give the functions of epithelial tissue. And the fourth question is, what is simple epithelium? Give its various types or name its various types. That's all. These are the 4 questions you want to do as a homework. Okay, children. So I will stop with this today's session, and I will meet you in my next session. Bye, children.